He was clearly working on specific pitches. He was clearly working on locating. If you look at his pitch breakdown, 18 fastballs, he was heavy on that, but then 10 changeups, 9 sliders, 5 curveballs, and then he threw 2 of his new two-seamer, sinker, whatever you want to call it. But I want to talk about the changeup because that's a pitch where last year it graded out fairly well when he threw it. It just wasn't a pitch that he threw often.
Right.
And it's a pitch where, Jerry Jones was basically a 2-pitch pitcher last year. I mean, he threw his fastball and his slider roughly 85% of the time. And then he threw in 2 curveballs, threw in a few changeups, but 15% of his pitches were curveballs and changeups. And yesterday you saw 10 changeups out of him. But that's a pitch where if you can locate it, and his changeup is good. Like it's a good changeup. It's a solid difference from his fastball. It breaks down in a way. When that pitch is on, that's how you get lefties if you're Jared Jones. Is with that changeup. And so it was really cool to see him just like spam that. Again, this is what spring training is for. These games don't count. So if you keep a changeup up in the zone and it gets hit, whatever. Keep throwing them.
One of the reasons why we could say results don't matter. This is also one of the reasons why when it comes to pitchers, it's not so much of results. Jared Jones is like a perfect example of this. Like whether he's smiling or not smiling comes off the mound tells you anything you need. That's my takeaway from spring this year when it comes to Jared Jones. Isn't numbers, and I think, is Jared smiling? If Jared's smiling, he feels good. And then I feel good. And Jared was smiling that time. And he smiled the first time as well. So far, great spring for Jared. The other thing I want to talk about here as well is he's trying to get a better feel of these pitches. He's working on things, right? Like the two-seamer is a perfect example. If you saw that video, he hates it. Like I threw it. It's trash. I hated it. But they told me it's good. So I don't know. So I kept throwing it more or less, right? And that's like what it's coming to. It's like they're working on, literally they're working on things. He got a new pitch. He's not Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens is a whole different animal. When Paul Skeens learns a new pitch, it's the best one in baseball. When other guys and real actual talent like in MLB, guys throw a new pitch and learn a new pitch, they got to work on it some. That's exactly what he's doing. So when he throws a change up and it's not that good, it's not Jared Jones sucks, we got to move on. It's hey, you know what? It's going to work. It's going to hopefully get there, right? This is how he's going to take that next step. The floor is still, he's a 2-pitch guy that throws the slider and fastball 85% of the time, like you mentioned. And the floor last year was still pretty good.